lesson, we will be continuing to learn about the past perfect tense. Today, we will get a chance to create questions using the past perfect tense. So just like we did in our last videos, we're going to get a chance to look at the formula or the rule that we have to use when creating past perfect tense questions. We are going to do some examples together and look at some videos to help us understand. And then finally, we're going to take a short quiz to show what we have learned. Let's talk about when we actually have to use the past perfect tense questions. So the past perfect tense is usually used when you're talking about an event that happened in the past before another event. Or it could be something that happened in the past at a specific time. So let's look at the rule as to how we create past perfect tense questions. The first thing that we're going to need is to start off with the word had. Had. After, we're going to follow it by the subject. So we can use the subject I, you, he, she, it, we, or they. Then we're going to use the past participle of the verb to create our question. So we're going to do some examples right now where we get a chance to see the rule being used, to see the types of sentences that we can create, and videos to support to help us understand before we take our quiz. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of these videos. So for our first example, what we're going to use is the subject I. So what we're going to say is, had I prepared for the dance before the show? Had I prepared for the dance before the show? Notice, I'm following the steps of the rule. I have had, I started off with had. I used my subject, in this case is I. I used my verb in the past participle, which is prepared. I'm saying what the question is asking, whether or not I prepared for the dance, but notice it's before a specific event. So had I had a chance to prepare for the dance before the show? Had I prepared for the dance before the show? So did I take time before the show happened to prepare for the dance? You notice how we're talking about an event that happened in the past, but before another event? That's what we're doing with the past perfect tense. Had I prepared for the dance before the show? And again, notice there's a question mark at the end because we're asking a question. Great job, guys. Let's do another example. All right, for this one, our subject is going to be you. So what we're going to say is, had you taken the time to stretch before the class? Notice, again, we are following all the steps of the rule. We are making sure that we used our subject, we used our verb in the past participle tense, and again, notice we're asking about an event that happened before another event in the past. In this case, had you taken the time to stretch before the class? Great job, guys. Let's do another example. All right, for this example, again, we're following the steps of the rule. Had she played the guitar? Had she played the guitar? Notice we got everything that was supposed to be put in there following the rule, and we were able to create our question. Had she played the guitar? All right, guys, great job. Let's do another example. So for this one, we're going to use the subject we. Again, creating that question. Had we practiced for the karate competition? Had we practiced for the karate competition? Notice all these questions we can actually use the videos to respond to give an answer, right? We can do that. We can definitely answer those questions. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to build the questions today. You can definitely use it in a conversation to figure out the answer or use the video to help you answer. All right? Great job, guys. Let's do another example. Our final example before the quiz. All right, for this example, subject is they. And we're going to say, had they studied for the test? Had they studied for the test? Had they studied for the test? And again, we can answer that question using the video. Notice how we use the rule to create our question. Great job, guys. Let's do our quiz. It's time to show what you have learned. Let's do our quiz to see if you remember. Let's begin. Look at this video. Can you fill in the missing words to make that past perfect tense question? Yes, you remember, guys. Had you taken the time to stretch before the class? Had you taken the time to stretch before the class? Notice all the parts of the rule are there, and you were able to create your question. Great job, guys. Let's do our final example. Look at that video. What would the question be? Yes. Had we practiced for the karate competition? Had we practiced for the karate competition? Guys, you did an awesome job with me going over the past perfect tense questions. Please use them in your conversations, respond, answer those questions as well. And I hope to see you again soon in another video. See you soon.